And KVGC News Time is now 7 minutes after the hour. In the news for this Friday, portions of Jackson and a number of Main Street businesses lost power yesterday afternoon following a solo vehicle accident. According to Jackson Police Chief Chris Mindrup, around 2:30, JPD officers responded to North Main Street near the Serbian Church to the report of a vehicle accident. When they arrived, officers discovered a PG&E power pole had been completely sheared off from its base, and lines were down across the roadway. A black Chevy Impala, without a driver and with major front-end damage, was located at the scene. JPD searched the area and quickly apprehended the driver, 40-year-old Mario Molina of Lodi. Molina was hiding about 100 yards away from the crash site. PG&E crews were called to the scene and had power restored around 4:30. Molina was arrested and charged with hit and run, driving under the influence of alcohol, and driving with a suspended license. No injuries were reported.
We'll expect dangerously hot conditions with afternoon highs ranging from 95 to 110 throughout the entire Mother Lode, Valley, and Sierra Nevada mountains over the Labor Day holiday weekend. Now, the National Weather Service has issued an excessive heat warning for the region from 11 a.m. tomorrow through 6 p.m. Tuesday. The hottest temps expected on Sunday. Now, the overnight lows in both the Central Valley and Mother Lode ranging from mid-60s to 80. High pressure over the southwestern United States will result in the return of widespread triple-digit and potentially record heat this weekend for the Mother Lode, Sac, San Joaquin Valley, and Sierra Nevada below 5,500. Now, the heat risk will range from moderate to very high levels during this time, which could impact the general population. People most vulnerable include those who spend lots of time outdoors, those without air conditioning, young children, the elderly, and those with chronic illness. Anyone overcome by the heat should be moved to a cool and shaded location. Heat stroke is an emergency. Call 911.
And the City of Jackson will open a cooling center on Saturday through Tuesday. The center will be open at the Civic Center from 1 to 5 and will offer seating, water, and air conditioning. Now, those wishing to visit the cooling center must strictly abide by COVID-19 prevention guidelines, including practicing social distancing and wearing face coverings. To reduce the spread of COVID-19, residents are encouraged to shelter at home if at all possible.
Well, the Calaveras Health and Human Service Agency Public Health Division opening a cooling center in San Andreas Saturday through Tuesday at the Health and Human Service Building at the corner 49 and Mountain Ranch Road. The cooling center will be open from noon Saturday through Tuesday. For assistance with transportation, call Calaveras Connect 754-4450. 4450. Now, the cooling center in San Andreas will comply with state guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Face coverings will be required. Calaveras Public Health also reminds everyone to drink plenty of water, stay cool, stay indoors if possible, wear light clothing and sunscreen when outdoors, plan outdoor activities for the cooler parts of the day, pace yourself, and stay in touch with family, friends, and your neighbors, especially those with health conditions and the elderly. Calaveras Public Health urges people to continue to remain vigilant about the prevention of COVID-19 transmission throughout the heat wave.
And Pacific Gas and Electric urges its customers to conserve energy during afternoons and evenings over the 3-day Labor Day weekend. The California Independent System Operator has issued a flex alert based on a forecast of increased power demand due to expected high temperatures. A flex alert is an urgent call by the California Independent System Operator to conserve electricity and shift demand to off-peak hours. So PG&E and other utilities across the state are asking its customers to reduce energy use from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. each day, Saturday through Monday. By doing so, customers can help make sure the state has enough supply to meet demand for electricity during the heat wave.
And the Amador County Election Department has announced the Voter Choice Act will continue to be in effect for the 2020 presidential election. Under this act, voters will have more choice on how, when, and where they vote. For the November election, every registered voter in the county receives a vote-by-mail ballot regardless of having signed up for one. However, voters will not be limited to just voting by mail. They can drop off their ballots in one of many secure drop-off locations or vote in person. If a voter chooses to vote in person, he or she will no longer be limited to a single polling place on a single day. Before the election, a voter can go to any of 3 open vote centers throughout the county. They'll be located at the County Administration Building, Mace Meadows Golf Course, and Ione Memorial Hall. All 3 centers will be open 3 days before the election through Election Day, including the weekend. Conditional voter registration is a new safety net for Californians who do miss the deadline to register. Again, this is the conditional voter registration. A voter can go to the county election office or one of 3 vote centers to register and vote conditionally. Their ballots will be processed once the election staff has completed the voter registration verification.
And following up on a story aimed at Medicare recipients and COVID-19 scam calls, Amador and Calaveras residents have received such calls requesting personal information supposedly related to an incident of COVID-19 exposure. Individuals have been asked to share financial, health insurance, or Social Security information. Local health and law enforcement officials remind us a contact tracer team will never ask for this information if you're called about a possible COVID-19 exposure. Please do not provide those personal details to anyone. And if you aren't sure someone is who they say they are, ask for their name and a phone number to call them back.
Well, while travel experts at AAA are not making predictions about Labor Day due to coronavirus pandemic, they say trends do show Americans in the summer of 2020 have acted on the spur of the moment, been more cautious about their approach. Meanwhile, Labor Day could be a very busy holiday this year, with road trips representing 97% of all summer travel. COVID-19 restrictions have forced many travelers to postpone their vacation plans through the summer, and for most Americans, the Labor Day weekend is a final chance to gather with family and friends before the weather turns. Well, that could be especially important for people who've had a difficult time connecting with loved ones this year. AAA reports while Californians have gotten out and explored some this summer, they're taking a wait-and-see approach. And when we do travel, it is by far by car. CHP will also be out in force this coming weekend with Labor Day max enforcement in effect from 6 p.m. tonight through midnight Monday.
And every year, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife holds 2 free fishing days. And tomorrow, September 5th, is one of those days. Anyone ages 16 and older can go fishing without getting a sport fishing license. Free fishing days are the perfect opportunity to try to fish before committing to an annual permit. While all fishing regulations such as bag and size limits, gear restrictions, report card requirements, fishing hour, and stream closures remain in effect, these are the 2 days each year when anyone can fish without purchasing a fishing license. So again, kids under 16 never require a license, but other rules still apply. So tomorrow is Free Fishing Day in California. And that's a look at local news on a Gold Country Friday morning from the KVGC News Center.
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. Remember, for the latest news, traffic, and weather 24 hours a day to visit our website. That's kvgcradio.com.